Hi Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising, welcome to Ethernal Realms and welcome to your January reading. Let's see what the top major highlight is for you this month, and then we will break it down into the top three. Then we get into more details with Tarot and Oracle. We have here surrender with the waning crescent. So this month is about releasing certain things, or kind of releasing expectations is what I'm mostly feeling. Okay, let's break it down. We have pineapple with reconciliation. We have grasshopper, situations in the balance that require careful handling. Okay, and we have fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Okay. So if you are in business, it could be that this is a time to strategize and kind of surrender to the flow of things instead of trying to force something to happen. It's also about looking into the contingency plans that you have if something does not work out, especially if you're starting something completely new. If you're revisiting a project that you have left behind, it is, I feel as though one of the things that this particular project needs is just your time and effort, and kind of leave the rest up to the process itself. So you can only do as much as is in your hands, right? I think that's a big lesson in this entire month here. And situations in the balance that require careful handling, I feel that of course can pertain to relationships, but I think it's also the internal balance of the mind. You having a very active mind and intellectual and kind of very interested in the collective at large is very prone to having a lot of thoughts and pondering on those things. Okay, and you being an air sign as well, you naturally are inclined towards information and kind of broadening the horizon, thinking of the impact that has and so on. So in that process, sometimes it is possible to kind of go very far or very deep into a particular subject, but then there is no solution to that. It's a thought experiment, but at some point it stops being an experiment, and that's when the mind can feel very convoluted, and there is a chance to make something more complex than it needs to be. So that's where the surrender comes into the picture. Whenever you find your mind feeling very stuck or cluttered, it is time to surrender. Okay, whatever it is that you are thinking about, it's time to pause on that. That does not mean that you just give up. Surrender is not the same as giving up. It is about allowing what is naturally happening to continue happening. It's about having an open mind, and that way we are more receptive and perceptive to any new information or cues that come in that are going to solve the process. You being a fixed sign, it is also possible that you kind of stay in the same thoughts and you collect information, and then you're circulating within that, and you're trying to solve the puzzle, the mental puzzle, so to speak, from that perspective. But what if there is a piece missing, right? Then the puzzle cannot be completed. So that's where I feel balancing the mind such that you're open enough, but you're critical as well, is going to be very important in, how clever you are in dealing with your life circumstances. I feel as though there will be a lot of opportunities for you to take advantage of as well. And that's where, again, we need to keep an open mind so we can perceive these opportunities. Okay, if you're curious, by the way, to know what this entire year is about, I've already done a pick a card reading for this year. You can check that out. I'll link that. And if you want a personal reading, you can find that in the description box in the comments as well. I have a limited discount going on for this year ahead reading, which will be breaking down the entire year month by month and seeing what's happening in terms of love and relationships, finances, career, and also spirituality, happiness, and well-being. So if you're interested, you can check that link. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups coming through for you. That's interesting. This is a very emotional card, and you're not really a very emotional sign. Does not mean that you are not caring and so on, but the Queen of Cups can be quite subjective experiences, while you're more interested in the objective viewpoint. So I'm curious where this is going. we have the Ace of Swords, is it? Yes, we have the Ace of Swords, but it looks like fire, no? But yeah, it is definitely the Ace of Swords because we have that as the primary thing. And I really like the imagery here with all this yellow, talking about having confidence and trust in yourself, also feeling motivated and inspired through the month. We also have the Knight of Cups. Okay, we have 2 cups cards. So interesting, right? A very interesting combination here. So Ace of Swords is very much about your air sign, but the rest is a water sign. So it could be that you're paying attention to your emotions at this time, and you're kind of learning to declutter the mind by paying attention to your intuition and what your heart wants. It can also talk about expressing very clearly what is in your heart. So it could be a confession of sorts, because we do have reconciliation. If you're interested in someone and you've like not yet talked about it, then maybe in this time you're following that choice and you're like, okay, let's just cut through all of this, maybe not, and let's just kind of decide where we stand, right? So it could be that, but it can also talk about whatever you have left behind as a project, let's say an artistic endeavor that you started. And I'm saying artistic because we have the cups here: artistic, intuitive, healing oriented, anything related with psychology and so on as well, that you have put down for a while, taken a break from it. You're kind of reviving that in this month. And this time you're kind of surrendering to the process. You're not trying to force anything to happen. And it is giving rise to many new thoughts. It can also be that you are finding passion in something that you did not think you would enjoy this much. It's like there are some things that, you know, when we are younger, we just do not like at all. But then when we try again later on, it's quite okay, not bad, right? So it's sort of those situations where you don't expect to, let's say, like pineapples ever. But now you're like, I think I'm into this now. You know, it's a nice flavor. Why did I not see that? Something of that sort. So you're appreciating something that you have left behind in a renewed sense, and you're kind of going with the flow with that. I like that we have situations in the balance that require careful handling, because why I like that is because we have a dominant water sign here, meanwhile you're an air sign, so it's as though you're using your head and your heart in equal balance. And it might be a new feeling for some if you're not accustomed to this, but you're kind of liking this a lot. It helps you move forward in whatever it is that you're doing, especially if you have an intuitive work field or an artistic work or business that you have. It's like you're getting new ideas and you're really excited to go with it and see where it takes you. It's as though the final result or the outcome is not yet imagined, but you can like dream. You're kind of seeing the possibilities of what could be from the ideas that you have. It can be a whole series and sequence of brainstorming. We do have 3 planets going direct in January, so that would be Mercury, the planet of the mind, Mars, the planet of ambition and willpower, and Uranus, the planet of radical change, revolution, and originality. So there could be a unique form of expressing or creating your craft, whatever your business is, and you're putting your heart and soul into that. You're just kind of fired up is what I'm feeling in your heart, in your mind, like everywhere. You're kind of ready to go. Grasshoppers as well move really fast. They can pause, but they can also move really fast. So that's the kind of pace that I'm imagining for you in this month. Next, we have Soul on Fire. Yeah, this is basically exactly what I was talking about right now. You know what you want, your motivation is very clear, and you're very passionate and driven in this month here to realize your ideas. The Knight of Cups is kind of like, if I can dream it, I can make it happen. But if I cannot dream, then I cannot make anything happen, right? That's the idea. So even if air signs can be a little bit blah about the emotional side of things, or be like, that's too sensitive or too moody for me or whatever, I like that it's here in your zodiac because you know how to handle the emotion in this particular month. It's as though you have a way to channel it, so it's not kind of stifled and feeling suppressed in any way. Then we have accept and receive, which is also a very surrendered position where you've done what you needed to do and now you just need to look at what comes from the outside, right? That's the second part of any action. We put in the work and then we sit back and let the thing kind of do its thing for us. So you're in an accepting position, you're ready to accept help, accept new connections, and open yourself, open your heart, and all of that. So a lot of openness, new learning, and new growth, many new ideas coming through as well. Again, corresponds with the water element. It's a very feminine card. So you're flowing along with what comes, but you're also very passionate and willful in that way, right? Again, flow does not mean that you're just tra-la-la-la-la along the whole journey. Of course not. It's just that, again, we are open and responding to what is coming. So that's what you're doing here. Really loving it. Okay, then we have mood painting, and I see a bird in the corner. I'm seeing a starfish as well. Yeah, so I feel like there is plenty of growth and opportunity here for you, a lot of expression that can come through. Again, what I was saying, you're expressing your feelings very, very clearly. It's as though you're very aware of what you're wanting to do at a certain point. I don't see you forcing yourself to do something that you don't want to. That's also a form of surrender, right? Not resisting anymore. You just like, I want to do this, I'm just going to do that. I don't have to sit here and suffer. I don't have to inflict pain on myself here just to, for whatever reason, right? So with mood painting, understanding and acceptance of what already is, and then responding to that appropriately. You're able to express it. You're also feeling more freedom in this month. And I love the pink. It's a very innocent heart chakra color. So you're kind of surprised by the world out there, or you're noticing the same world in new light. You're appreciating the little things and kind of enjoying the small little things in life. Okay, like a specific type of soup or something. It's a very basic thing, and yet it makes you very happy. So comfort food, comfort zone, things like that are coming through. Yeah, you're just feeling nice and happy here so far. Okay, we also have hidden. Yeah, okay, so this is what has been hidden is no longer hidden, okay? So again, that is part of the confessions. It is also part of clearing out misunderstandings from the past and creating a reconciliation with old friends or other connections that you've had. It's also about hidden influences coming to light, and you're kind of dealing with that as well. Ace of Swords is just that blinding clarity, right? It's an epiphany and a realization that cannot be shaken, and you're like, hey, this is the answer. This is the answer that I've been looking for so far. And that's what lights the soul on fire. The soul is as well hidden, right? It's in the backdrop. It's not the protagonist of this entire story, but it is definitely extremely influential in the way that we move and where we are going. The larger picture is very much determined by the soul here. So I feel like there are influences that are working around you, and the more you observe or the more open you are to the cues outside, the better you're able to flow with the emotions and your personal insights as well. Again, it is likely that ideas come out of nowhere, seemingly, but it excites you, it makes you happy, okay? Note those things down and follow through with it, because the danger with the Ace of Swords is that ideas can come, but they can also go away if we're not careful to keep it around. Same goes with the Cups here, is that the emotions can swell up and make you feel very good, but it can also wash away if there is nothing that holds them. Right, air and water, they need a sort of container, and I don't see much earth, so I'm guessing that you're gonna have to do that bit. And I think that's where the fox comes in here, that you're being clever in how you establish things for yourself. You're gathering your resources and you're making good use of that, such that it stays for the long term. Okay. In terms of love life, by the way, it looks quite good. Cups are always great for any new connections that you're making or improving connections that you already are in. Okay, so what else can we get for Aquarians? January. We have Uranus, Aquarius in the first house. Well, yeah, so Uranus turning direct is going to be the highlight, Okay, they very much highlight. It's like going to break down and break through you from situations that have just kept you stuck for quite some time. It's no longer needed. And epiphanies definitely follow up with Uranus. And what is hidden is also kind of just out there in the open now. Okay, so it can feel disruptive, but Uranus is not necessarily trying to disrupt things. It's just trying to bring out the truth and make it very apparent and clear whether you like it or not. Okay, that's the thing with the transpersonal planets. It kind of doesn't care about the subjective perspective here. But yes, it will definitely unearth certain feelings and passions and also bring you a ton of clarity that will help you understand yourself, where you come from, your feelings and your thoughts. And this understanding empowers you so much. If you're doing anything for the collective, if you're doing something, more public, or again, business where you're in contact with many people personally, this month is boosting your personal charisma and bringing in radical changes in whatever you're interested in or what you want to be doing. It also talks about changing your appearance or the role that you play, the personality that you want to adopt. There can be large personal changes, basically. Okay? Yeah, so staying stuck is not an option anymore. It's just inevitably being shaken out of the situation. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Aquarians. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope the reading resonated and that it helps you out. Let me know your thoughts. And if you want a personal reading, like I said earlier, you can visit me on Etsy. The link is in the description box and the comment below. Please check out your sun, moon, and rising sign. It'll give you the complete picture in the order of rising, sun, and the moon. With that being said, I will see you some other time. Take care. Have a great month. Bye.